Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank all the judges for this opportunity. It's been an honor for me to present my project today. Hi, my name is Marietta, and I'm from Indonesia. Today, I will take you back to one of my amazing experience visiting an art gallery in Jakarta, Indonesia. But what if we were all blind? Imagine there's no light and there's no color. Can we still enjoy those arts? And how about the blind people? Do they have the right to enjoy art? But first, do you actually realize something? Design is common in every galleries around the world, but we never realize it has a huge impact, especially on the unsighted people. But first, let me show you how the blind people actually see. They actually see nothing, but they can feel everything. Through their gaze, from their body. They hear, they touch, they feel, and they are able. So let me introduce you to my friend Mr. Tutus Setiawan, whom I usually called by Pak Tutus.
Perkenalkan, nama saya Tutus Setiawan, saya seorang tunanetra total. Saya adalah guru tunanetra di SMP LBA YPAB Surabaya yang sudah mengabdi selama 20 tahun. Selain mendidik, aktivitas yang saya lakukan adalah memperjuangkan pemenuhan hak-hak disabilitas khususnya tunanetra melalui Lembaga Pemberdayaan Tunanetra yang saya dirikan tahun 2003. Sebagai seorang pendidik, saya berharap anak didik saya yang tunanetra dan seluruh kaum tunanetra dapat hidup secara mandiri di lingkungan masyarakat. Mereka dapat bersosialisasi dan berinteraksi secara wajar di lingkungannya. Selain itu, berbagai fasilitas kehidupan dapat diakses dengan baik guna memenuhi hak-hak yang melekat pada dirinya.
So, to make Mr. Tutus' dreams come true, I propose a non-visual experience concept to make an equality between sighted and unsighted people, using the multisensory experience with the remaining senses. Experiencing the 3D art, 2D art, and installation art. Using some modular design, combining fixed wall as landmark and flexible partition as guidance. Composing some materials, some texture to touch, texture to steps, some fragrance, and some kind of sounds. So after those research, I did a multisensory experiment with Mr. Tutus himself.
Di mana seorang tunanetra juga ingin merasakan sebuah keindahan dan selama ini belum ada galeri-galeri yang bisa bersahabat atau bisa memberikan hal yang positif terhadap tunanetra. Ya, sangat menarik ya Mbak ya, dimana baru sekarang saya bisa mencoba untuk mengunjungi sebuah galeri yang selama ini bagi saya teman-teman tunanetra itu kayak nggak mungkin dinikmati. Karena apa? Kita sulit mengakses ke dalam dan kita juga tidak bisa menikmati hal-hal yang ada di galeri itu. Tapi dengan adanya inovasi seperti ini, tunanetra akan dapat bepergian secara mandiri ke galeri dan bisa menikmati hal-hal yang terkait dengan seni dan keindahan yang ada di galeri gitu. Ya, salah satu kebutuhan tunanetra adalah refreshing, merilekskan diri, dan ini adalah salah satu hal yang bisa digunakan sebenarnya. Kita bisa yang beraneka ragam dan kita bisa meraba karya seni dari seniman-seniman yang sudah berkarya gitu. Di mana semua orang bisa menikmati tanpa terkecuali, termasuk juga dengan tunanetra. Bisa diraba, bisa didengar untuk tunanetra, dan bisa dirasakan. Misalnya ada bau-bauan atau suara-suara, dan juga ada raban-raban tekstur-tekstur yang bisa dirasakan oleh tunanetra.
So, what if the same logic applied to a certain architectural building through a sequence? So, this is the layout of the building. The building masses divided into three main zones. There are the installation gallery, the 3D gallery, and lastly, the 2D gallery. All of them connected by a multi-sensory corridor. So now, let me take you for a walk. This is the building from across the street, with a rectangular shape contrasting from the surrounding, with no visual pleasure, no details, and no ornaments. As we get off the vehicle, we will be introduced to the drop-off area. On a pebble surface, our cane will explore to find the entrance. Getting through the alley, surrounded by the rough wall, a lining surface, and an abstract one. Then the lining surface as the facade of every masses, find that we nearly meet the lobby area. Then the operational receptionist will greet us and giving a certain information. Up to 5 people, each group guided by a narrator to start their journey. Water drop creating a calming sound, with the song of the chirping bird and the wind tickles the skin. Neutralize the senses to create something new ahead. Warm and cold, rough and soft, thick and thin, the water smell and the background noise. Meet our body and the cane, stimulating our senses. Suddenly the sound faded as we walked through a new alley. On a ramp, forced us to touch the railing, crossing the water. As we get in the first gallery, we will find a recognizable rough surface that stretched along the way that turns out to be a landmark. As the left hand follows the landmark, the right hand with the cane will find a pebbles lining. Then our body will approach towards the lining and find a braille panel that's placed on a wall. Tell us about the story of the art inside. Take a deep breath. And we finally find ourselves passing through the wall. As our hands, our feet, and even our head could move freely to experience the art. After finishing the installation gallery, the unsighted people or the blind people could easily remember each of the materials there. But how about you? I hope you do. Then move to the next gallery, going through a transition area contained in a wind tunnel. Then we will find a rough surface again. And do you still remember what does it means? Yes, correct. It is the landmark. Follow the landmark and you will find some new exciting experiences ahead. The room feels almost the same, except the dimension of the area. That turns out it depends on the size of the art there. The squared maze that contains the 3D art arranged in some modules. There are S, M, and L modules, with a flexible partition adjusting to the 3D art size. Placed on a box, ready to be explored. Then we could explore the art by our bare hands, to feel the shape and even smell them. Now we learn that the rough surface tells us to move to the next part, while the soft blank wall being a mystery until you find the story from the art itself. So do you find the repetitive pattern? Then as well as the 2D gallery, where we will find ourselves going layer by layer through a zigzag movement. Then our exploring cane will find a pebbles lining again, and it means just the same as before, to welcome the art. Then our hand will start exploring the walls, finding the materials, the textures, the linings, and hear the explanation from the headphone attached that tell us about the story of the art itself. After finishing the art tour, we will start realizing that those experiences build a new memory to help us easily explore the repetitive room with the different art experiences. Then the last room, where the teacher will give us a new experience to create the art by ourselves. From creating a simple installation to painting like a pro. Then after those remarkable experiences, there is a communal space for the blind people to make their community and express themselves independently. And to conclude my project, I believe that everyone must be able to see art, even in some different ways. Because art should be enjoyable for everyone. And the blind people has the same right. Thank you. And by the way, this presentation is also available for the blind people.
Thank you so much, Marietta. Thank you so much, Marietta.